Okay, this is private practice preening has been completed. I am now happy to be live on Facebook. Welcome to Thursday. I actually did need to ask Sophie if it was Thursday. I was a little bit concerned that I'd had a Groundhog Day and it was Wednesday. I was a little hopeful that it might have been Friday, but it doesn't feel like a Friday today. Welcome to almost the end of the week. I am not going to lie, today has been one of those days where I feel like I have been swimming through mud. There's been a heaviness, there's been an overall sense of fatigue, and interestingly, Soph and I have been really jumpy today. So this morning I was on a coaching call, and if Sophie comes around the back here, she'll walk past this window. And I just saw this person moving out of the corner of my eye, and I jumped, and then the person I was talking to in Texas, of all places, jumped, going, "Oh, are you okay? What's going on?" And then there was another time when an alarm started going off, and we were both rushing to the door. And then this afternoon, the bugs in the office are making us jumpy today. And then we had somebody fixing a water pipe out the front on the road, and usually we can hear people walking down the driveway to the door, and all of a sudden there was this rap, rap, rap at the door, and we squealed, because we're girls and we squeal. Sophie may have jumped. Good thing we've got really high ceilings. But there's just this heightened sense of vigilance. That's the word I'm looking for. Hello, Carol. And that vigilance has come because we've been living with bushfires and wondering what's happening and what's going on. So what happens when you live in that state of hypervigilance, there's all sorts of biochemistry going on, but it makes you darn tired. So today I have been feeling like I have been swimming through mud. Yes, Sophie's okay. We've actually been laughing about it, and just because if we didn't do that, we might, end up hurting ourselves, tripping over cords, or, anywho. The agitation factor, however, has gone up in the last hour. I don't know if you can see out there, but we're blanketed in smoke again. Now, we're not under threat. Everybody can be okay. We're not under any threat at all. It's just there's obviously been a shift in wind. We have had some fires start up in the vicinity, but there's nothing that's making us freak out, apart from the fact that it makes my eyes sting, and I had washing out on the clothesline, and it's all going to smell like smoke, and that inconvenience really, really pisses me off, if I can just say that. I'm sorry if I just offended somebody by swearing on the interwebs, because that never happens. Ha ha ha. Jill Johnson-Young, lovely to see you here again this afternoon. So I was thinking today, because I often, go, what will I talk about on This Is Private Practice today? Because these videos are designed not to be highly educational. It's about being in the moment. What's it like to what's it like to run a business every day? What's it like to be in private practice every day? So, we've had all sorts of topics come up. Sometimes I come really prepared, and I've had a moment of genius. Then I've gone, oh, we're going to talk about that today. I've been working on that today. And then there's days like today where I've just been going from email lit, because, my inbox has got 889 emails in it. So if you're wondering why I haven't responded to you, that will be why. There's too many emails in there. And so I'm using that as a to-do list because can't be bothered trying to figure out another way. Then I've got the to-do list in here, and then I've got 3 other pages over there that have to-do lists on them. So that's clearly not working. But that's what happens when we become anxious and hypervigilant. We start going back into old patterns of behavior that we think serves us, but don't really serve us. So I'm aware of it. I'm not going to try and change it today, because I'm tired and fatigued, and that is not the day to make a big change. But it's been interesting for me. I've been checking things off. I've got this interesting behavior going on. So I'll check something off somewhere, check it. So I'll do something, then I'll be distracted, then I'll bring myself back to task, then I'll do something, check it off, then I'll get distracted, come back to task, do something. So I've got lots of little tasks that need to be completed. And once I realized that this behavior was going on, I went, that is inefficient, ineffective, and it's going to drive me nuts, because nothing is going to get done well. And what tends to happen is I tend to scroll through all my lists looking for the easiest thing to do. So I spend an enormous amount of time looking for the easiest thing to do. Don't do that. That's dumb. Hashtag don't be Joe. So I turned everything off because, you know, I allowed all the distractions in. So I had Facebook open, I had my email open, I've had to turn the bushfire warning systems off again. I've just put it all away and I went, what's something that sounds like it could be fun? Now, when I feel like this, being creative is not usually a good thing for me. I find it very difficult to be creative. But this afternoon, I surprised myself. I have been working on a piece of work that I'm going to put out. It comes from the Success Mindset Masterclass, and it's actually speaking into one of the common self-sabotage mindsets that we have, which is comparison. And I got creative with it, and I started telling stories about where comparison actually steals our joy. That's a Roosevelt quote according to the interwebs, thank you very much. But I've also given some examples of where that's turned up for my own life and my own experience, as well as what happened at Success Mindset Masterclass. So once I drew attention to my distracted behaviors, so those of you who like to have 1,000 tabs open, you're not fooling anyone, you're not doing anything well. Those of you who think you can task jump, I'm sorry, the amount of effort that is taking up in your brain is not helping you. You're actually looking for stimulation, probably because you're bored. Just thought I'd put that out there, and then you can all slam and yell at me and tell me that you've got, you know, some medical condition that does it yet. Anyway, this is not medical advice. If you've got other things going on that we need to deal with, then I can have that conversation with you. The thing that I want to help you understand is that once I took the time to understand and notice my behavior, it actually allowed me to do something different. And that's the whole point of what I want to talk about today, which I've nearly finished talking about. If you find yourself being distracted, if you find yourself not being able to push through and complete something, if you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through Facebook at 10:30 in the morning going, that's not what was on my to-do list. If you're finding it difficult to bring things to completion, have a look at your behaviors. Have a look at how you're actually setting yourself up for task completion. And if you've been working back to back, so every day this week I have done 3 hours of solid delivery for the first 3 hours of each day. So I have now recognized that I'm tired for lots of different reasons. We've been managing this threat of this bushfire threat that makes me tired. We've had the smell of smoke, so there's a triggering thing going on, which adds to the fatigue because you've got this heightened awareness happening all of the time. I tend to hold my breath, which isn't helpful for, you know, oxygenating the blood. And then I've been doing a lot of delivery, a lot of coaching, a lot of concentrating, a lot of helping people make sense of the stuff that's going on for them. And anyone who's ever been coached by me will tell you that I give 100% when I'm in that session. And I am working really hard to find the one question I need to ask to help you move forward in the thing that is stopping you from moving forward. So there's a few people that have been around my Facebook world today who have been talking about being cranky and irritable and grumpy. Have a look at your fatigue levels and understand that cranky, irritable and grumpy is usually a sign of maybe poor nutrition, maybe poor sleep, maybe you haven't got a couple of systems in place, and maybe you need a break. I know that I need a break, so that is what is happening for me after I finish this video this afternoon. So not every day is unicorns and rainbows and all things fluffy and wonderful and awesome. There are days in this business building thing that we're involved in where you feel like you're swimming through mud. It is human, it is normal, there's nothing wrong with you. So until tomorrow, when it will be Friday, because today is Thursday, when we're going to work out what we're going to celebrate for the week, go be your awesome self.